What's going on, everyone? The World Baseball Classic is getting closer. The time, February, we're getting to that point where the month is going to be over. And in the month of March, the World Baseball Classic is coming. Today's live stream, today's video is going to be about the Team USA. Team USA, I'm going to go over their roster. They start off in March with 2 exhibition games, and then they have 4 Pool B games. And I want to go over that. I'm going to go over some of the start times. I'm going to go over the exact dates, the exact full roster, and I won't do the predictions just yet, though. I'm tempted to start doing predictions, but I'm going to save my predictions for the ending of, or better, I will leave my Team USA predictions for pool play. Pool B, I will leave that in this video. But as far as my overall prediction of who's going to win the World Baseball Classic, we're going to save that either for the ending of February or the beginning of March, right before we get the World Baseball Classic started. So without further ado, I know all of you, if you're tuning into this, you're a baseball fan, you're excited, and I'm going to be live streaming Team USA games. The plan is as well Team Canada games, Team Puerto Rico, and I'm going to look for some other teams that I'm going to be able to live stream. But without a doubt, I will be live streaming, doing my live commentary reactions on many World Baseball Classic games, especially looking forward to the quarterfinals, semifinals. And on this side here, it's showing my TikTok, Facebook, but throughout the video, the live stream, you're going to be able to see my social medias where I will be live streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and I think just those 2 platforms. Possibly I would do more, but you can like, share, subscribe. You can, turn the notifications on in each respective social media platform so that when I go live, you know exactly and you won't miss a beat of the game. And again, to watch these live streams, it's completely free. I know that some subscriptions you have to pay, especially if the free trial's out. Higher expectations, which very soon we're going to be announcing a new name to the channel. But for now, higher expectations. It's your place where you can have live commentary for these games, energy, whether it's your team, whether it's not your team. I'm from the US. I'm rooting for the US, Puerto Rico, Canada. You can say I'm rooting for those teams. But regardless of who's playing, I will give the absolute best and do my absolute most energy so that you can enjoy the live stream. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna start off with the roster of Team USA. I'll start off with the pitchers. I have my notes there. It's a lot of different players, so I can't get everybody off the top of my head, but I want to give you the full list, and then from there I'll go with exhibition. I'll go with my prediction from pool play. The exhibition games, they're in Pool B, and from there we'll come to the end of this video. I will be doing more videos of other teams. If you haven't watched, I did a general live video where I spoke about all the teams, the 20 teams that will be in the World Baseball Classic. I spoke about the 4 stadiums, the 4 cities where it will be happening at, and if you haven't watched that, it's on my page. You can go check it out, all right? So without further ado, Team USA. We'll start off with the pitchers. So from the Yankees, I don't know all of these players. I know a lot of them, but I don't know all of their teams. So forgive me if I'm wrong or if I don't have a team. But starting off from the New York Yankees, starting with the pitchers, David Bednar. He was previously with the Pittsburgh Pirates, got traded, now with the Yankees. So David Bednar, what's his role going to be? There's a good chance he will be a setup man, 7th inning, maybe a closer, maybe. But the reason why I say maybe not David Bednar being a closer, we're going to go to our next player, Mason Miller. he is absolutely electric. I mean, this Team USA, they have some veterans, but then they have some pitchers that are absolutely heat throwers and filthy. And we're just getting started. So David Bednar, Mason Miller, I expect him to be the closer because he's absolutely electric. You don't see him have many blown saves. And just for the sake of the time and not going straight to the point with the roster, I won't really mention the team. I'll change it up. But Mason Miller, a next pitcher. Now, after that, Griffin Jax. He's a right-hand pitcher, and he is also going to be pitching for Team USA. After that, Gabe Spire. He's a lefty and represent Team USA. After that, they got Matthew Boyd, Brad Keller, Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan is a really solid pitcher. I'm pretty confident he will be starting. Michael Wacha, ex-New York Met, so I'm familiar with him. Garrett Clevenger. Next, all of us know him, an amazing career that recently he just retired after winning the World Series. And it's a surprise to everybody that he actually joined this team, but none other than Clayton Kershaw. Retired, was with the Dodgers. Now he's going to be pitching. Well, he's on the roster. He's going to be pitching in the World Baseball Classic. In this case, I will save the best for last. After that, we got another really solid starter. Really, really good pitcher, Logan Webb from the San Francisco Giants. After that, we got Garrett Whitlock. Then from there, now we're down to the final 4 pitchers. And of course, these are barring any injuries. I'm not sure the World Baseball Classic rules, but I'm pretty sure if a team, they had an injury to a pitcher, they would be able to see if another pitcher is willing to come in. Because the one thing that they want to do in the World Baseball Classic, like I remember the most recent World Baseball Classic for Puerto Rico, Edwin Diaz, with the Mets, they won. He didn't even get injured playing. He got injured in the celebration. And that's absolutely terrible and absolute, horrible thing that, had to happen. So they want to take care of their health. So I'm pretty confident if a pitcher were to not be able to continue or they feel sore, they would be able to replace them. But we got 4 pitchers left. So we're going to go with my New York Mets. We got 2 pitchers from the New York Mets, starting off with Clay Holmes, who transitioned to a starter last season. And for his first season as a starter, he did a phenomenal job. He did a really good job, and I was really happy on how he progressed for the Mets. So that's 3 pitchers left, Clay Holmes. After that, the rookie stud, which he came in, I believe, 8 to 10 starts for the New York Mets, and he's filthy. He doesn't throw that hard, 95, 96, but with his mechanics, with his stuff, it may even seem harder. So, without further ado, Nolan McLean. And as a Met fan, what's my reaction? Of course, please stay healthy, Nolan McLean. Clay Holmes, stay healthy. Every pitcher, stay healthy for the World Baseball Classic and for your season. I'm not that type of, other teams, best players get injured so the Mets can win. No, I'm a Mets fan, but please, everybody, every team, every player, stay healthy. But Nolan McLean, I'm actually excited that he's actually doing this. Pitchers, after their rookie season, there's such a thing called sophomore slump. And anything's possible. Anything can happen. Everybody goes through adversity in any sport, in any position. So it's going to be really good for Nolan McLean that he's going to pitch, of course, stay healthy, but he's going to pitch against elite competition. And these games, it's do or die. We're going to get to the games. There's 2 exhibition games, 4 pool play games, and the 2 exhibition games is a feel-out process, but the 4 games, they matter a lot because 1 loss could be enough. 2 losses, 3 losses, it's a good chance you're not going to make it unless your pool was really weak, but we're going to go into that. But Nolan McLean, I'm really happy that he's going to be able to have experience in this. And I'm excited for that. So Nolan McLean, now we got 2 pitchers left, and I saved the absolute best for last. And it's tough the order, but hey, I'm going to start off here with the younger and then go to the oldest. So Paul Skeens, that right there is amazing for him. Paul Skeens, arguably the best pitcher in the National League, maybe the best pitcher in the major leagues. So that's really big right there. Paul Skeens. And last but not least, TIK TOK. So that 1-2 punch right there of Scooble, Paul Skeens, and maybe the third pitcher, Nolan McLean, Logan Webb. Maybe Nolan McLean's the fourth pitcher. We don't know because every game matters. But those are the pitchers for Team USA. I'm going to go over it again a little faster. David Bednar, Griffin Jax, Mason Miller, Gabe Spire, Matthew Boyd, Brad Keller, Joe Ryan, Michael Wacha, Logan Webb, Paul Skeens, Clayton Kershaw, Garrett Cleavinger, Clay Holmes, Nolan McLean, TIK TOK, and Garrett Whitlock. Those are the pitchers for Team USA. They have elite starters. They have some people there that can be long relief in case they were to get a lead. Even though if you get a big lead, you don't want to take your opponents lightly. Game's never over. But they have a closer. They have flamethrowers. And that's really, really amazing for them. So the catchers for Team USA, the runner-up MVP, Cal Riley. Cal Riley, he had arguably the best season of a catcher in MLB history. Arguably. He's not much of a power hit. My bad. He's not much of an average hitter. But even though for a catcher, it's solid. So he's a really amazing power hitter, Cal Riley from the Seattle Mariners. He's going to be the catcher there. And back-to-back World Series champion, Will Smith as a backup. So now they have options there. Both of them are excellent defensive catchers. So they got offense and defense there. And we haven't even spoke about DH, if they could put both of them in the lineup. And clutch, both of them. So that right there is strong. And they can lead a pitching staff. To the infielders, they got in the infield positions, Alex Bregman, Ernie Clement. He plays for a Canadian team. So that's a little bit, he's American. So, a little controversial. But he's playing with the Blue Jays, but representing Team USA. Ernie Clement, former MVP Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, excellent there. Gunnar Henderson, which, was it him or I think I may be confusing, but I know from the Baltimore Orioles, one of them actually got injured where they're not going to be able to play. But I think it's actually Gunnar Henderson. He's healthy. Bryce Terang from the Milwaukee Brewers, and superstar shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr., I haven't seen a ton of him because I don't get to watch a lot of Kansas City Royal games, but he is elite. He is an absolute stud at shortstop. So those are the infielders now, and we'll go to a designated hitter because I mentioned earlier there. Well, probably the best designated hitter in the MLB, Kyle Schwarber. Absolute power hitter, sometimes prone to the strikeout, but if you need a big home run, Kyle Schwarber is really, really big for that. So we're going to go to the managers and coaches after, but now we're down just to the outfielders. So Roman Anthony, Byron Buxton, Pete Crow Armstrong, and all of you know, all hail the judge. Aaron Judge is going to be an outfielder for Team USA. So let's go over the players one more time from catcher through infielder, outfielder, and designated hitter. We got Alex Bregman, Ernie Clement, Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, Gunnar Henderson, Bryce Terang, Bobby Witt Jr., Roman Anthony, Byron Buxton, Pete Crow Armstrong, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, and that's an elite team right there. So let's go to the managers. Let's go to the coaches. So the manager, Mark DeRosa. We know him from the MLB Network. Bench coach, Michael Young. Assistant coach, Freddie Gonzalez. Assistant coach, the second assistant coach, another assistant coach, Brian McCann. I know him from the days where he haunted the Mets with the Atlanta Braves. Hitting coach, Sean Casey. Wow, I remember Sean Casey growing up. Another hitting coach, Matt Holliday. Pitching coach, a legend himself, Andy Pettitte. I remember him from my days, watching him pitch for the Yankees. First base coach, George Lombard. Third base coach is Dino Ebel. And the bullpen coach is David Ross. So Mark DeRosa, Michael Young, Freddie Gonzalez, Brian McCann, Sean Casey, Matt Holliday, Andy Pettitte, George Lombard, Dino Ebel, and David Ross. So that is the roster, the pitchers, the infielders, outfielders, catcher, designated hitter, the managers and coaches of Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. Now, let's go to the teams that they're going to play. Again, they're in Pool B. If you look below now, the ticker is going through. You're going to see the teams. They're playing in Houston, but you're going to see the teams that they're playing against. But I'm going to go over now the times, the schedules, and we'll go from there. So, to start off for Team USA, they have 2 exhibition games. And let's go from there. March 3rd, they're going to be playing against the San Francisco Giants, an exhibition game. It's going to be in Scottsdale Stadium in Scottsdale, Arizona. March 3rd against the San Francisco Giants, first exhibition game. What time? 1:05 Mountain Time, 3:05 Eastern Time. And I mentioned it in the last video. There are so many times. Of course, if you're from the US, there's not that many time zones. But if you're from the US and you're trying to watch as many games as possible, I've already looked at some of the schedules. Some games, USA time, Eastern time, 5 in the morning. Mountain time, 3 in the morning. If you're, 3:05 Eastern time, their first game in California, 12:05 in the afternoon, Pacific time. So the times, it's going to have to be a lot of people programming their schedules to be able to watch these games. So that's the first exhibition game. March 4th, the second exhibition game versus the Colorado Rockies. That's also going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona, but that's going to be in Salt River Fields. The times will be identical, pretty identical, but 1:10 Mountain Time, 3:10 Eastern Standard Time. So those are the 2 exhibition games. And of course, they're going to get the feel from how they're going to work. After this, me doing the schedule, I'm going to do a quick scenario of what would be my, my starting lineup positions. I know it's going to be a little controversial, but I'm going to do that. And I'll do even my pitching rotation. But okay, so great. March 6th, and all of their games are in Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. All of their games, at least for pool play, Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. So their first game, this is going to be an away game. It's at Brazil, of course. They will be playing Team Brazil March 6th. Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm currently in Toronto, New York time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Without a doubt, that's going to be a Friday. I will be live streaming that game. You can watch it here on this channel. So, and Pacific Time, if you're in California, if you're on the West Coast, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Those are the 3 time zones. And of course, Mountain Time will be 6. There's Eastern Time is 8, Central 7, Mountain 6, and Pacific is 5. So 4 different time zones there for the first game. Now, they will play a back-to-back March 6th. Then March 7th, they are going to be playing Great Britain. It is going to be the same times, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Same times, and matter of fact, then their third game will be the same time, but their third game, they'll have a day off after the March 7th game, March 9th. So March 9th, they're going to be playing Team Mexico. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and following back from there. And their last game of pool play, it will be versus Team Italy. This will have a different time. This one is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the last game of pool play. And of course, the quarterfinals, no promises, but the quarterfinals, March 13th or March 14th, that will be in Dakin Park in Houston, Texas. March 15th or March 16th, the semifinals will be in Lone Depot Park, Miami, Florida, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The quarterfinals doesn't have a to be announced time, to be determined. And March 17th, the finals of the World Baseball Classic will be in the same park, Lone Depot Park, Miami, Florida, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so how is this going to work now? All right. The exhibitions, I won't go into that because those are field process. Game 1 versus Brazil. Now, I'm doing this based on what I think. I can't do it because I haven't studied the roster of Team Brazil, but I believe in respecting your opponents. Well, my first prediction, I predict in pool play, Team USA will go 4-0. That's my prediction. I predict that. Team USA, they will go 4-0 in pool play. This is not, my intention to disrespect the other teams with no respect. I just sincerely believe Team USA has a really stacked team. And I believe that they're gonna, I believe personally they'll be able to pull that off. So that's my prediction. Team USA, they will go, 4-0 in that, in pool play, 4-0. Now, against Brazil, and I'll go in this. So my game 1 starter of the World Baseball Classic, I'm gonna go with Tarik Skubal. I'm gonna go with him. Cy Young winner. He's a lefty, so that right there can already cause some problems for some teams. He's just dynamic. It's a toss-up with him and Skeens. If they put Skeens game 1, I understand it. But if I was the manager, I would put Tarik Skubal game 1 starter. Game 2 in pool play, who else? Paul Skeens. I'm going to give him the start. Without a doubt, Paul Skeens, I would go with him to be the starter. Absolutely dynamic, electric, and got to go from him. Now, this is where it gets a little controversial, but because they have so many starters, and I get it that, now, this is the thing. When I say you're starting them, it doesn't mean that I'm starting them. For example, Paul Skeens or Tarik Skubal pitching the first game, that doesn't mean I'm trying to get them to throw a 7-inning game. No, not at all. If it happens, it happens. But 5 innings, 6 innings, now it depends on pitch count. All of that matters. But you're not trying to burn them out in that game. Even though if they pitch on March 6th, they make it to the quarterfinals, it's a week later, you won't have to worry about them being not on rest, because quarterfinals could be, if they make it, Skubal, semifinals could be Skeens. But that's the only question now. Would you want, I don't know if they would be able to come back on short rest for the finals. And if the USA making it to the finals, it's no disrespect to the other players, but if you're making it to the finals, you want Skeens and Skubal available for the minimum 3 innings each. You want them available. But then the rules of the World Baseball Classic, they are not letting you run pitchers' arms into the ground. So, game 1, I would go with Scooble. 2, Paul Skeens. Now, game 3, I'm going to go with Logan Webb. Why? He has a lot of experience. No disrespect to Joe Ryan, you know, Michael Wacha, Kershaw. I don't know if I would give him a start. Personally, it's not trying to be rude or disrespectful. This is where it's tough, like, because they got Clay Holmes. You don't know if they would put him into the bullpen. But I would put Logan Webb, a little younger. Clayton Kershaw could be his backup. That's just with no disrespect. I would put Logan Webb as my third starter versus Team Mexico. And Team Mexico, out of all the teams, it's possible Team Mexico could be the best team in this pool. Let's see what they do. Now, Italy, the fourth game of pool play. I don't know if I'm being biased here. Maybe not. But he's a stud. He's in his rookie year. He had taken the league by storm. I'm going to go with Nolan McLean. That's who I'm going to go with. Of course, Joe Ryan's available. Clay Holmes is available. So that would be my starting first 4 games. But I totally understand if they do otherwise, because you got to think about the finals. You got to think about the quarterfinals. You got to think about the semis. You want to have your best pitchers available. And, the finals on the 17th. Pitchers would have time to go back and get ready for the start of their season. So now the closer, my setup, man, is going to be, let us see here. I'm going to go with my setup, man, David Bednar, 8th inning guy. I don't know all of the relievers, but I'm going to go 8th inning guy, David Bednar, maybe even 7th inning. And of course, my closer. And the thing about the World Baseball Classic, a pitcher, you mean to tell me Paul Skeens, if he's available, Ohtani's not a closer. Ohtani pitched the last out against Mike Trout in the most recent World Baseball Classic. So in the last games, anything goes. But I would probably put David Bednar 7th or 8th inning guy, and my closer is going to be Mason Miller. That's that. Now, my starting catcher, I'm going to go with Kyle Riley to start. But Will Smith will be my end-of-game catcher. Why? I believe he would give you better at-bats towards the ending of the game, and he's proven it. So Kyle Riley would be my starting catcher. That's me. But Will Smith, to finish off games, I wouldn't necessarily feel bad to put him in, because he's a strong defensive catcher. He's younger. He's clutch. That's that. So infielders, of course, shortstop, we got to go Bobby Witt Jr. First base is going to be Bryce Harper. Ernie Clement, this is the tough one. I don't know if Gunnar Henderson from what I know, he plays shortstop. But if he's willing, I would put Gunnar Henderson at second base, Bregman at third. So, and Terang, Clement, and Goldsmith off the bench. Bregman at third, Bobby Witt Jr. shortstop, Gunnar Henderson at second, and Bryce Harper first base. That would be me. Now, my starters in the outfield, designated hitter, you already know, Kyle Schwarber. Now, my starters in the outfield, Aaron Judge is going to be my starting right fielder. Pete Crow Armstrong and Byron Buxton, this is a little tough. Buxton, if he's healthy, he is elite. But I think the two between Byron Buxton and Pete Crow Armstrong, I would fluctuate the lefty to righty. But if I had to choose one to start, like let's say I'm not worrying about the lefty or righty, I probably would go with Buxton, to be honest. Now, if he's healthy. If he's not healthy, Pete Crow Armstrong, I'm confident in him in center field with range, helping Judge. And of course, the left fielder, Roman Anthony, I would put him there. And that would be. Now, batting order. Oof, this is a tough one here. All right, my batting order. Boy, this is a tough one here. Okay, my batting order, I'm going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. He's my leadoff hitter. That's my leadoff hitter, Bobby Witt Jr. That's just how I feel. After Bobby Witt Jr., because he's a righty, I am going to go lefty, Bryce Harper. Second hitter. Then my third hitter, I'm going to go to Aaron Judge. Got to go to the third hitter. He has protection there with hitter in front. The most protection he's had ever. Fourth hitter, I'm going to go with Kyle Schwarber, another lefty. So we got righty, lefty for the first four. Now fifth, I would go with, I'm going to go maybe with Gunnar Henderson. Go with Gunnar Henderson. After him, I'm going to go with Bregman as the sixth hitter. And then from there, Buxton, seven, and Roman Anthony, you're not putting pressure on him. Roman Anthony, eighth. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Who did I miss? Did I miss somebody? I don't know if I missed somebody. I think, all right, let me go again. So, oh boy, how could I? Kyle Riley, my bad. All right, so Schwarber's four, Kyle Riley going fifth, and then after that, I'm pushing everybody back. So Riley's fifth, Gunnar Henderson sixth, Bregman seventh, Buxton eighth, and Roman Anthony, he's gonna be my nine hitter. How could I forget the catcher, Kyle Riley, number five? That would be my order. Now, I start off righty, lefty, righty, lefty. Then after that, I go more of course, Kyle Riley's a switch hitter, so you keep that there. But then after the 6 to 9, I go more of what I think is who's best to, not worse, but the best hitters and going to speed and so forth. So that's what I think. Now, again, I think Team USA will go 4-0 in pool play. They're in Pool B. I think that they will beat. Will there be a close game? Personally, and this is not, I don't know all the rosters. I don't know the roster of Brazil, Great Britain, Italy, even Mexico. I just know Mexico tends to have a few more players from the majors, and that's not to underestimate a heart of a champion, because just because you're in the major leagues doesn't mean you're going to win. Japan has proven that when they're winning with stars from their league, So that's my prediction. Team USA will go 4-0. The champions of the World Baseball Classic, my predictions will come for that later. So my name is Sammy from Higher Expectations. Very soon, the channel name is going to be changing. March 6th, the exhibition games on March 3rd and March 4th, 50-50 if I will be able to do that. Not 100%, can't confirm it. But March 6th, that's going to be a Friday. Without a doubt, I am absolutely excited and ready to be on that live stream here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. In your time zone, if you're in maybe you're going to watch this video from another time zone around the world. Maybe, for example, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Time, March 6th. In Australia, it'll be March 7th. And Australia, if I'm not mistaken, they're 12 to 14 hours ahead of us. So you can already see the difference there. So I'm excited for the World Baseball Classic. I'm very excited. It's going to be amazing. This is Team USA, their roster. This is their schedule, exhibition games to pool play. This is their manager, coaches, pitchers. Everything is here in this video. And you see my social medias there, my Instagram, if you ever want to talk, if you're open to collabs, if you're open to doing a live stream with me, I'm open to collabs. I'm willing to talk. And my name is Sammy from High Expectations. You can share this video, subscribe, leave your comments. What do you think about the lineup? What would your lineup be for Team USA? What would be your starting rotation? And what are your thoughts about what is their record going to be in pool play versus Pool B? And are you excited for the World Baseball Classic? I'm excited, and I look forward to this amazing experience. All right, so Sammy from Higher Expectations. I'll be back very soon with more coverage from the World Baseball Classic. I'll be doing another team very soon, and the countdown is going. The time is passing. World Baseball Classic is close, and spring training is here. There's going to be an exhibition spring training game this Friday or Saturday, depending on your time zone. The World Baseball Classic and baseball season is close. Get ready, because This channel, I plan to really have a lot of baseball content, live games, live streams, and I want you to be a part of it. Till next time, Sammy from High Expectations. I'll see you all next time.